It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington.
Set to kick off.
Ball is teed up. Zane Gonzalez to do the honors. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring... Uh-oh, it's a fumble on the opening kick. And they steal it back on the return. And Washington finishes the return in the end zone. Touchdown! The Commanders take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Not exactly the big play that these reworked kickoffs were designed to promote, Brock, but hey, excitement's excitement, right? And it is hard to beat the old scoop and score.
Don't tell that kicking team that wasn't a big play. This is what they work on all week long, Kate.
Yep.
This is how they become special as a special teams unit to punch it out and take it back to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go! Wait!
Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys finish off their opening drive. George Pickens the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers. And sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go! 18, Pioneer! Hey, smash! Hut, hut!
Daniel's going to throw to get us started. He puts everything behind this one. That's caught at the 25. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders finish off their opening drive. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. From his own end zone, here we go. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on him. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Gun, gun, gun. Gun.
And they send a man in motion.
What is it?
It's an option right that begins this drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that's gonna leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hey, 47! What is it?
Here he is on 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Yeah, here we go. I think. Hey, kill, kill. Kill, kill. What is it?
They're going for it. Here's Prescott. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
70 Lion. Huck.
This is the first carry for the rookie from Florida. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Dragon 60. Say, hey! Check go!
Daniels from the pistol. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
18 Rattler, 18. Here we go, here we go. '79 Bronco. Check, hey!
From the gun, it's Daniels. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow their early lead to 13. Gonzalez now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders double their lead to 14.
Commanders 21, Cowboys 7. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Chooses to bring this one out. Not much on the return. Should have kept that one in the end zone as the tackle's made at the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go! What is it?
First down, here's Dak. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 46. What is it?
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here we go, 47.
They send him left out of the slot.
What is it?
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
118! Under.
Slot man motioned over.
Here we go. Go on to 54, 180. 118.
Another throw for Prescott. Trying to connect with Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders take over on his 5th interception of the season. Second down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
18. Rig alert. Go.
On first down, here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
On the ball.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
19 Lion. Bronco 80. 60 Bobcat. Trap 60. Go street. Ready.
Second and 10 now. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
19 Tiger. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
On third down, here's Johnson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Now.
Offense in the hurry up here.
70 Ranger. Cowboy 80. 60 Eagle.
Here we go with Johnson. Has a big hole left. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on fourth down.
That's a dream come true right there as a play caller, Kate. You leave the offense out there on 4th and inches. You try to pound it forward just to move those chains, but you get the best of both worlds. You move the chains for a lot more.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
70 Timberwolf. 60 Bison. Let's go now. Hut.
Working inside the red zone. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Gonzalez now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. What do you think?
Dak off the play fake. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw.
Yeah,
when the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
There we go, going to 53. There we go, kill.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. The Commanders have an early lead. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football.
Yeah, here we go.
They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And they make the stop at the 46. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so they're left facing 3rd and long.
Yeah! Here we go! Watch it! There we go, going to 53. There we go, going to 54. Wide in. Hey, kill! What do you think?
Dak to the air here. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Looking for George Pickens that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
What do you think?
On 4th down, Prescott to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Cup 19! Cup 19! Panther 60! Panther 60! Panther 11! Panther 11! Hurt!
Daniels on 1st down. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Cougar 19! 19 tight! 19 tight! Check smash! Buffalo 18! 18, Pioneer! Check go!
To throw, Daniels. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Hawk 70,
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Set! 60 Maverick! Dragon 60! Street! 18 Rattler! Ready?
Daniels back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Set! 79 Bronco! Warrior 70! Riggs! Go!
Again, Daniels to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up 2nd down.
Lion. Come on, set! Ready?
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, going to 54, Wide in. There we go, going to 53. Yeah!
From the gun is Prescott. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Mike Sandra still makes the play. And the Commanders get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six.
And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders parlay the interception into points. Gonzalez now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Commanders continue piling onto this lead.
35, Cowboys 7. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Waiting, take.
Dak out of the pistol. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Commanders get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Trying to hit his fullback there. And that makes it 2nd and goal.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted.
70 Lions!
Even some of the shortest passes in the game
Here we
plan.
go, shot.
Man in motion, headed right.
Hut,
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No gain on the play, and they have to come up with 7 yards now on 3rd and goal.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Hey, smash. Hut.
3rd and goal, Eckler. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Tempo, 19.
Working quickly here.
Wildcat, 60, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Loss on the play. Brings up 4th.
Trap 60. Check go.
Daniels to throw on 4th. The back's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders grow their lead yet again. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. He stopped on the return at the 27.
On the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Cowboys are on the move here. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go, go to 54. Yeah, here we go. Wait, take.
Dak now from the gun. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Oh man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
It's a gain of 12 there, and that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down, and when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for and you go out and
Curve 19,
execute.
curve 19, Panther 11, Panther 19 tight, 19 tight. Go!
First down from the red zone. Throw left side, complete. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the third and short.
Ready?
Johnson up the middle. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check. Buffalo 18. Get up.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Catch is made in close. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just
Panther
fine.
60, Panther 60. Let's go.
Johnson. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Commanders get more points to end a lopsided first half. Gonzalez now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders continue adding on to that lead.
49, Cowboys 7. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. Here's a reverse. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Only 17 seconds left for them as they begin this drive.
We're going to 54. Yeah! What do you think?
Throwing on first is Prescott. It's caught. Ferguson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
A gain of 19 yards.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play. Keep driving that defense backwards.
We're going to 54. Going to 54. What do you think?
First down, here's Dak. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
What do you think?
First and 10, Prescott. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So they send him out for a field goal, and they don't get much longer than this. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Short kick gathered in at the 15. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
Will take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They've got first down from the 31.
Cougar 19. Here we go. Here we go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 18. Pioneer. Rig alert. Rig alert. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Hut, hut.
Daniels from the pistol. Finds his fullback. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Pace. Let's go.
Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 19 yards.
Dragon 60.
First down, Washington.
Go street. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Hut.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He's on the move. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time.
Ready.
And we'll see what they do here on second down.
79 Bronco. Warrior 70. Let's go now. Mustang 19. Check go.
Now Daniels to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL. And especially in the second half, you have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Here we go. 47. What is it?
Here's Prescott, first and 10. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
We're going to 54.
The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
We're going to 53.
First down.
We're going to 54. Wide in.
10 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, 47. What is it?
Prescott here from the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And it's going to be second down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator.
Yeah!
He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So now it's going to be third and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Prescott now on third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense stayed out there on fourth.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go, 46, 46. What is it?
They're going for it. Here's Prescott. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Frankie Louvu. And the Commanders take it away once again. The fifth time they've intercepted in this game. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback. But exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Hurt, go.
Second down and 10. Daniels has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
Now, fast. Cowboy
moving quickly, trying to get set again.
70 range. Curve 19. Check smash. Check smash. Ready.
Daniels on first down. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
I guarantee you QB wants that throw back. I know most are perfectionists, and when it's caught just a bit out of bounds, you know it could have been just a little more accurate.
70 Timberwolf. Street. Ready.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. Looking slant route, complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
60 Bison, 60 Buffalo, 18 Pioneer. Riggs.
On first down, here's Daniels. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Big gain downfield. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders tack on 7 more to their lead.
Set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. Return lanes don't open for him. He stopped shy of the 15.
Take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go! Then we're going to 53. Here we go, 46! What do you think?
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's got it deep downfield. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys put at least a tiny dent into that lead. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yeah,
when you run that fly
go.
route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
60 Maverick. Dragon 60. Panther 60. Panther 60. Hut.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Hits his running back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Trying for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt.
70
Well, an
Lions.
explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Hey, smash. Bronco. Check go.
From the red zone now. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Again, Daniels to the air. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Ready?
Eckler. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Pace. Let's
Offense
go.
in the hurry up here.
19, Tiger, 19. Mustang, 19.
And it's 4th and goal at the 3-yard line.
Go.
4th down, here's Daniels. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. Gonzalez connects on the point after. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Commanders 63, Cowboys 15. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Return lanes don't open for him. He stopped shy of the 15.
First and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
They'll get this
Here we go,
drive
going to
started.
54, wide
First
in.
and 10.
Here we go. Going to 54. Yeah. Here we go. What do you think?
Dak now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
Prescott sacked.
And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up
Here we go. Going to
2nd and
53.
20 at the
Here we go. Going to
4-yard
54.
line.
Wide in. What do you think?
Trying again following the sack. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. And the big hitter will not be reeled in. That's in. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful.
Yeah. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Wide in. What do you think?
Throwing from near his own goal. And he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. Now, we can't even pretend to be surprised at this point, Brock. They've been playing such a great game, and that safety joining an impressive list of big plays that they have had.
Yeah, this lead has been built on so many different types of plays. Kate, why not add a safety to the mix as well?
Put 2 on the board. And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
19 Lion. Ready.
Now Daniels off the play action. Launches one deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Cowboy 80. Here we go. Set. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Putting a receiver in motion.
Ready.
2nd and 10 now. Cut out left. And he's going to go down
Let's
right
go,
along
let's
midfield
go.
stripe.
60 Eagle.
Working
60
quickly here.
Eagle.
It's a
Trap
gain of
60.
10.
Trap 60.
And the
Ready.
Washington first down.
Daniels from the pistol. Has it downfield, working the left.
Daniels
And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
It's a gain of 20.
A new set of downs
70
forthcoming.
Timberwolves.
It's 1st and 10.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Play fake here, Daniels. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves touchdown.
60 Bison.
He had
60
timed that
Bison.
perfectly to
70
knock it free
Rangers.
without drawing a flag. or letting him establish possession for the score.
Say, hey, get up.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Connecting on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And now they have a 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
A loss of 3.
Check.
And goal at the 10-yard line.
This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get in the ball.
Down.
Man in motion here.
Check, go.
And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. So now from a bit further back, here's 3rd and goal.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Panther 11, 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
Defense showing blitz, Daniels. And that's a Washington touchdown. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Yeah! There we go, going to 53. Here we go, 47. Here we go, kill. What do you think?
1st down, here's Dak. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Yeah, here we go. There we go, going to 53. What do you think?
Prescott here from the gun. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Going to 54, wide 80. What do you think?
Throwing again is Dak. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That play is so impressive on so many levels, not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score. That is so good.
Here we go, 47. What do you think?
Prescott now on 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet
Yeah, here we
that
go.
time.
Here we go, going to 54, wide in. Here we go, going to 54, going to 50. What do you think?
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He sends this one to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Mike Sandra still makes the play. And the Commanders get it back on his 6th interception of the season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Buffalo 18. Go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. He was looking for Terry McLaurin. So 2nd down coming up.
On the ready. 70 Lion. 18 Pioneer. Here we go, here we go. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
60. Ready, ready?
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Let's go, let's go.
Trying to set this up quick.
Bronco 80. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 79 Bronco. Get up.
Daniels to throw on 4th. He put everything he had into this one. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential 1st down.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal.
Yeah!
They'll motion Lamb right.
What do you think?
And he's brought down for a loss. The Cowboys signaling for their 1st time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
We're going to 54, wide in. Here we go. What do you think?
Prescott set to pass. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone.
Hey, 47! Wellington.
They're going for it. Here's Prescott. And that'll chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. The Cowboys putting up points in a game decided. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys cut into the lead by another point.
72. Cowboys 22.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Commanders are able to cover the kick. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Warrior 70. Mustang 19. 19 Lion. Hut, hut.
On first down, here's Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll keep this drive moving and come to line for first and 10.
60 Eagles, 60. Let's go now.
They've got a man in motion.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hut.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
70 Timberwolf. Trap 60, trap 60. Set. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirate. Rig alert, rig alert. Check go.
From the red zone now. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that'll bring up second down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Set. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready.
Second down and 10. Daniels gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
19 tight, 19 tight. Buffalo 18. Go.
3rd and long for him here. And we shouldn't be surprised as they connect in the end zone for yet another touchdown. The Commanders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Extra point is good by Gonzalez. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Commanders 79. Cowboys 22. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. From his own end zone, here we go. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, hey, kill. Here we go. Go to 54, go to 54. Wide 80. Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Dak now from the gun. That's completed right side. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
All right, This is going to be the final play of the game.
Here we go. Here we go, 46.
One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Commanders make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game.